always say to people, if you have a slight negative thought coming into your mind, just click that split second and change it to positive, because don't allow that negativity to come into your life at all.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Venus Talk. As you know, the purpose of this group is to connect, collaborate, and cultivate the professionals and business skills from all among the Indians. And my name is Nilesh. I'm the founder of this group. And as a promise, that I will bring the experts from all over the world to help you with your professionals and business skills. So today we have a very, very special guest. Hello, Mala.
Hi, Nilesh. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mala, as well. Thank you so much for joining. So guys, let me give you a very brief introduction about the Mala. I known Mala for many years. She in London, UK, and her work has been spreading all across the globe. She worked with the people for professionals from many countries in the world. She is a certified Fire-Walking Instructor, Master NLP, Master Coach and Mentor. She is the creator of CIP Model, and in today's session we will learn more about that CIP Model. Mala's mission is to empower people and excel them to the next level. And she has been working with many sort of events, managing these global level events, creating these high performing teams. And as you know, one of the best quality of the leadership, or as I say, the topmost quality of the leadership is to create the high performance team. And today we have the best person who will help us and guide us on developing and creating this high performance team. So Mala, once again, thank you so much for joining and welcome to this Venus Talk. And over to you, Mala. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how and your CIP model, please?
Okay. If I go into the little bit of myself, I'll be here for 2-3 days. So very briefly, I would say to people that my background is basically born Indian, born in Kenya and come to UK, and like Nilesh, you said that I have had exposure and experience of working with very high-flying companies in the world and connecting with really good super speakers. So always surrounded myself with positive people. I've always had a very positive how do you say, a positive attitude towards life. And I always say to people, if you have a slight negative thought coming into your mind, just click that split second and change it to positive, because don't allow the negativity to come into your life at all. So because of that, and I really say it from my heart, from a very young age, that has allowed me not only to climb mountains, do zip lining, the fastest by the way, skydiving, walking on fire, these instructors of fire, which was my goal, dream to be able to do that. And again, Nilesh, we have together broken arrows with our neck, bending bars, bending wooden blocks, cement blocks, and also walking on glass. So in a nutshell, we all can be, and we are either daughters, sons, sisters, brothers, wives, husbands, mothers, grandmothers maybe, but we all have a DNA in us, which is sometimes asleep. And I would refer to Tony Robbins because I do look up to him as one of the mentors. Right. And I would say, awaken that from yourself. Awaken and unleash that, as Tony would say, your power within. And you can do anything in life. And as long as you have a support, So we have grown together, Nilesh. We've seen each other grow through our journey, through our process, and how we have become successful. Exactly. So today's topic, as you say, is about leadership. And leadership is important in any team, in any corporate, whether it's public or private, and in any environment, whether it's family, friends. If you have a great leader, you can achieve a lot.
Yes, rightly said, Mala. And Mala, I actually I know, and I also want to my audience to know about your CIP model, because that's very short, simple, but extremely powerful model. So would you like sharing about that CIP model, please?
Absolutely. So let me show you a slide.
Yes.
And when I say building a high performance team, we need in a leader consistency, insistent, and persistent. So I use the acronym CIP. And when I say CIP, I say, can you sip it like a cup of tea? Or can you zip it? Or can you keep it?
Okay.
So 3 things here, what I learned from a research of 6 years. And by the way, I do have a degree in psychology as well. And I'm always intrigued about people's behavior. Why do people behave the way they do?
Right.
And through that, Nilesh, I came across 3 things that they do consistently, whether they are celebrities, whether they are politicians, where there are really great celebrities who have done something extraordinary outside. I'm not talking about actors or actresses in Bollywood, Hollywood, etc. I'm talking about Bear Grylls. I'm talking about Levi Roots. I'm talking about people like Les Brown who come from a very simple background, but they have used some of these 3 things in their life and made it successful, at the same time sharing their experience.
Right.
So if I show you, Nilesh, the next slide is basically explaining to you in a circle, sit, be consistent in whatever you do, insist. What I mean is ask. If you don't ask, you will never know. You will never know.
Very true.
What you could get. And pursue your dream. We always have obstacles in our life. Right now, some countries have been in lockdown for more than 3-4 months. Some are going into lockdown again. But there are people in life who will keep pursuing their dreams, who will keep pursuing what they need to do. They will pursue something new under the circumstances.
Correct.
So at that point, I'd also like to show you another way of the SIP.
Okay.
Be constant, be adamant, and determined to continue.
Right.
I would like to share a very quick split second. And when I say split second, I mean a split second doubt. If that ever comes into your mind, you will not be able to finish your task. And now, Nilesh, you mentioned about Fire-Walking Instructor. So I took up my Fire-Walking Instructor training last year. During that training, we had to do an exercise of breaking a cement block. But the night before that, we had to break a wooden block.
Okay.
And I was just about to hit the wooden block. And for that split second, I said, ouch, I'm going to hurt myself. And even before my hand hit the block, and guess what? I could not break the block. So what I'm saying is, as a leader, even if you have that split second doubt, whether it's within you or on your team or within your team members, you are going to create a domino effect, which is not going to help the team.
Correct.
So by the evening, I realized what I had done. So I went back and I now decided I am going to make sure that I will be able to break that wooden block. And I did it. The idea here is your mindset. You must trust not just your own instincts, your own gut feeling, but your own strategy, your own plan, and get on with it.
Right. That's very good, Mala. That's really good. Now, as you said, leadership is one of the prime most important skills. And to become a very good leader, as you say, we cannot do it all alone. We need to have the teams along with us. So when we are, moving next to the leadership and, managing the team, uh, uh, can you talk to us about, because I've seen you managing, the big events in London, and we have seen the people from all across the world, different nationalities coming together.
Yeah.
You in a split second, as I say, managed to create the teams, hold them together, and successfully delivered, or make them perform under the pressure as well. So how did you manage that? Can you talk to us about how you developed this, or your experience from event management, or making these high performance teams?
Wow, Nilesh, I remember those good old days. Seriously, we've come such a long way. It
Really?
has been such an exciting journey for me since 2009. And I would like to mention, I'm so grateful to Veronica Ten and Richard Ten and Success Resources who put all of us together in a room. I wouldn't have
Right.
met you otherwise. I wouldn't have met so many other people who have grown and been successful as you are.
Right.
There are so many other people that I could keep name. The list is so long. The idea of a good leader, and before I go forward, I'd like to share one quote by uh,
Yeah, please go on. Yes.
Jim Rohan. So Jim Rohan says, "Are you a lion?" That's me. I'm asking you guys. Are you a lion? Are you a born lion? Do you have that lion qualities in you to run a team, a performing team that will perform at your command? Do you have those qualities? If you don't, may I suggest you write down what qualities are missing? So one thing that Jim Rohn says, the challenges of leadership is to be strong, okay? Show
Hmm.
yourself your own aura, the way
Right.
you stand, the way you project your voice.
Hmm.
Be strong but not rude. Be kind but not weak.
Right.
Okay? Don't show your weakness. I mean, I have my weaknesses as well.
We
But
all
then
have
you have to,
weaknesses. Yes.
yeah, you have to all look inside and say, hang on a second, does this weakness actually going to help me right now? No. So be kind as well. Be bold, but don't bully, please. That doesn't help at all.
Right.
Be thoughtful of everyone. And when I say everyone, Nilesh, you referred to our events managing, etc. Thoughtful comes in so much in play these days, not just these days, for the last 10, 15 years. We are all working in a very, very diverse environment.
We do. Yes.
We all come from different cultural backgrounds. We have got different languages.
Yes.
So be thoughtful, but not lazy. When I say lazy, don't assume. And that's what I say to people. Don't assume that that person knows exactly what you're thinking. They don't.
Right.
So we must be very, very thoughtful of that. Be humble. Be very humble. Anybody and everybody who comes and works with you, whether they are in your team or in the larger organization, be humble. That is the most important quality a leader can ever have.
Correct.
Don't carry your ego on your shoulder because that doesn't help the team or you. At the same time, don't show that you are timid because you want to be a leader. We have, Nilesh, together managed teams from anything from 9 people, 9 volunteers who come in from very, very high professionals like doctors, dentists, consultants.
Yeah, they are. Yes.
And we had 600 people in the room with 600 laptops, and we only had 9 people to handle those 600 people with 4 different languages. And I'm talking
Exactly.
about giving them handouts and etc. And over 5 days, it wasn't over one day. So just
And it's
imagine.
like 12 to 14 hours as well, not to, we should mention.
Exactly. We hardly slept. If we did, it was about for 2-3 hours, and then we were back in the room making sure it's all ready, everything, all systems are go. So when I talk about leadership, I would say also be proud that you are able to do that you are in that position to be able to direct people and they are looking up to you.
Yes.
But don't be arrogant, because without our team, we cannot be a leader. Also have humor, a sense of humor. Be very careful, but be very careful. I remember one time that one speaker who happened to go to India,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd never been there, Nilesh, before. And
Mm-hmm.
I would say that we know the mutual friend, Mr. Paju, who is one of the top trainers for Tony. So he'd gone to India. He had a room full of about 1,200 people. He went
Mm-hmm.
on stage and he was talking and saying things, and everybody in India was going like this in the audience. To him, he thought, when they had a little break, and he goes, "Oh my God, these people don't understand me."
uh,
And then
in the head.
when the organizer says that it is the way we accept that, yes, this is okay. So we need to also understand not just the humor side of it, but also understand the culture background of wherever we go and whoever we work with. And I
Right.
have a large experience of working with in Eastern Europe to Far East to Kenya to Africa, USA, etc. So the more experience you have as a leader, the more you can bring value um, to your to your team as well.
Right. No, that's good, Mala. And as you rightly said, because all those qualities that you mentioned, they are extremely useful for a leader to develop those high performing teams. Now, apart from this, now, what do you think? What other things a leader should have, like vision or anything you want to say about?
Yes, well, all of us are working towards the same goal, right? Almost all of us in the team. There may be one person in the team who will never crack it. Why? Because he is wired differently. He or she is wired differently.
Right.
I used to have that what do you call one colleague of mine who would come up to me and say, "I can't do it this way, so I'm going to do it this way."
Uh-huh.
And I had one line to tell them. I said, "That's fine. If you want to do it your way, that's okay. But do remember the deadline, because I will be on your neck if you don't finish the deadline."
Right.
Right? So it's about flexibility as well. So let me share something else with you, which I and quite a lot of people who are in the industry of leadership, not just leadership, but also not industry, but working with a team. So we look at the vision first and foremost. What is the
Right.
vision? Do we share the same vision? Is the end goal the same?
Mm-hmm.
Clarity, clear communication. Clear communication meaning have an open door policy as a manager, as a leader. Allow people to come into your office whenever they need to come and talk to you. Because in that moment, just like I talked about the moment that I was going to hit the wooden block and I had a doubt in myself, if I didn't have that clarification with me,
Mm-hmm.
that clear communication, what is it that I'm doing differently? And
Right.
if you didn't have an open door policy, how will people be able to understand your clear instructions, even if they are that clear?
Right.
I also say, please trust your team. Trust your team. Have faith in them. And this is one of a typical thing that I would do during a 5-day event. And on the 5th day, we have to give out not only, as you remember, Nilesh, we had to give out photographs, which we had taken
Correct.
during the event. we would then have to synchronize those photographs with the certificates. And we had about 400 to 500 people in the room. At one point, we had about 1,000 people in that particular event. So I would train the team. And remember, these people, I've never met them before. Okay,
Exactly. That is the main part, like in a short span of time, you manage to put together and, create those high-performing teams.
Exactly. And this is what I mean. When you have faith, when you build up that rapport with the team, continue with that. At the same time, make them believe that you can trust them to do the job.
Right.
So every time we ran that event, and I would say to the people on the last day, just before, about 4 hours before the actual ceremony of the graduation for people who have finished their training, I would say, guys, are you all ready? And they would say, yes. I said, I don't hear you. Are you all ready? And they would say, yes. I said, I'm so glad. Because you know what? I have to fly out to another destination in the next hour. So I will not be here. So you guys are going to take care of everything. Now, just imagine, Nilesh. Their jaws, their mouths were like, what? She's leaving us. But I said, look, guys, we worked beautifully for the last 4 days. And I know you're going to be able to do it like this without me being there, because I believe in you. And I know you can do it. So that brings me to the empowerment. You are encouraging them. You are giving them mental, moral support. And you are being flexible with yourself, that you are not just the leader, but now you're handing over the power for each team member to become a leader.
Correct, yeah.
And by doing them, they feel so motivated that they have been put into a position where they have faith to be able to do the job. And by doing that, you've also, through those days or the weeks or months that the team has been working with you, you are indirectly or directly mentoring them. You're not just a leader, but you're also mentoring them to bring them up to the next level of their promotion, the career ladder. So as a leader, we have quite a lot of responsibilities, but at the same time, we have to look at people with potential for them to be leaders, if you instill that into them. And lastly, I say to people, have a team retreat, right? Do an away day, even if it's like nothing to do with work, okay? Go and climb the O2 if you're in UK. If you're in Europe, go and do the fastest zip line.
I guess, if I remember correct, you've been to the mountain in Africa. I forgot the name, if you can remember me.
Yes.
Kilimanjaro.
Correct. That's right.
Yeah, that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
And it's not easy job to do.
That was 6 years ago. I climbed Kilimanjaro with a team of 13 people, and 10 of us made it up. And again, it wasn't difficult. I mean, it wasn't easy. It was difficult. I had also another colleague of ours, Nilesh, with me. There was Ian Young, Nimita, and a couple of others people I knew within the team. And I was, together with Nimita, we were the two people. And this is something else for the leaders. These were the two people who got up early in the morning, and we would start our trek very, very early, okay?
Okay.
So we are already walking. We have just finished an hour, and next thing we know, the rest of the 11 people who are behind us, they zoom past us.
Okay.
And me and Nimita are like, okay, no problem. We are fine. We are just going up the mountain slowly, steadily. That's where the quote comes in. Slow and steady wins the race.
Right.
So it was a very fun experience, a very mind-boggling, but also a mindset the number of days you're climbing up and you come back late in the night while everybody else has gone to sleep, but it is what it is. But we made it. See, it's all about mindset and the leadership.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
great, Mala, because when I heard about that, and I was thinking, because so many people just give up of the idea of a big challenge, and you actually thought to the idea, made the plan, and made it happen as well. So, that's a very big achievement.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, any last comments, Mala? Any success secrets or mantra that you want to pass it on to the leaders?
I would love to share another one of my creations. And I like to also say to people, use your name of your letters. Okay. So my initials are M, D for David, S for sugar. So one evening we were sitting at the dining table, and both me, my husband, and my daughter, the three of us were discussing, what is one of the things I could do with just not my name, but it also, M is Mala. D is the name of my husband, Dinesh.
Yes, we all know.
And S is for Sita.
Sita, yes.
So what does it actually mean? I am highly motivated and determined for success. So use one of those, think about it, everyone. Use your name and create something that you would be able to easily remember because it connects so much with you.
Right.
And I'd like to show you one last thing for the takeaway. We talked about the vision, the clarity, the trust, empowerment, flexibility, mentor, team retreat. Lastly, I see you.
Right.
And what does that mean? Have integrity within yourselves and your team.
Right.
Have clarity. And have unity.
Right.
So the wheels will continue working together as long as you have those three things in a team.
Right. Okay. That's very impressive. So you should have the integrity, clarity, and unity. Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. It's when I say integrity I mean if you have that integrity, just trust. If you trust yourself and you respect yourself, you will do the same to others. You must have clarity in anything that you do. You must have clarity. Without clarity, you cannot go forward.
Correct.
And then lastly, unity. Whether it's in a family environment with your friends or even in your workplace, have that unity so that everybody can work together. Because as they say, team means together, each achieves more.
Exactly.
Nilesh, thank you so much for today.
Yes. No, Mala, it's been really pleasure because, somebody who has gone through, who has managed the teams, and I have seen, you are meeting most of these people like very first time, in a short span of time, you have to create the teams, develop them, lead them for, let's say 5 to 6 days actually, each day working 12 to 14 hours, and they are not even, some of them are volunteers. So the thing is, you are empowering them, making them, go through the challenging situation and still deliver the results. So my guys, thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom. So guys, those who watch this video, you will understand what are the qualities of leadership, and as a leader, which are the things that you need to look after. As Mala said, CIP model: consistent, insistent, persistent. And ICU: integrity, clarity, and unity. Once you have those things, nobody can stop you becoming the high performing leader, and at the same time you will be able to create the high performing teams. So Mala, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
So glad you could come here and share your wisdom. So guys, as you know, this particular group was created with the sole intention to share the wisdom. As I always say, Indians are smart people. They're spread all across the world. So this group is only created to bring them all on one single platform, so that we can connect, collaborate, and cultivate their professional and business skills. So please share this video with your friends and family. If somebody's working in an organization, or they are in the job, or they want some motivation or the practical skills to develop their leadership abilities. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Mala. I look forward to seeing you maybe sometime future, coming back again with the new sort of topics for this win. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mala.
Thank you. All the best, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.